is help young men not turn into the beaters that their fathers have turned into. Really, that starts in the sandpit. That starts in the sandpit. It doesn't start in the prisons. You have to get to these young people before they do it. So that kind of stuff.
And I know that you've been speaking out. How did you find the voice to be able to speak out? Later on today, some of our folks are going to meet Bev Gooden, who started a movement called Why I Stay in a very tough relationship. Bev, are you here? She might be in one of the other rooms, but at Bev T. Gooden, she talks very eloquently with how difficult it was for her to speak up. How did you find the voice to do so?
Well, I see so many courageous people out there telling their stories. I thought that I was a coward if I didn't speak, because I still have 2 fans. I spoke to both of them this morning, and I just want to go out and make a difference, because we can all do that no matter how little it is. It's like this beautiful young lady here having her picture taken was so nervous, and it's just nice to give to each other, to touch. And I feel like a lot of this stuff sort of doesn't do that, but you can have this help you too.
Oh, that's great, and you're using that. It's so much easier to retreat, but you're stepping up.
When you get to my age, you could develop some balls.
Folks, we want to give you a chance to ask a question. We'll bring a microphone around if you have a question for Kelly. Raise your hand and I'll come by. But let me ask you, Kelly, in terms of what you've seen of the entertainment business. You saw it when it was in the 80s. It's very different from today. You are in your first film after 20 years.
Plus, yeah.
What's the difference now in the entertainment space?
Well, the difference is basically you can't really get a job unless you have 40 million people on Twitter. Clients are looking, and agencies are looking at how many people you have following you. It's not about your talent really anymore. It's about saturation. We've become greedy with the masses of people in some sort of a way. It's just different.
Yeah, that's right. We have a question? Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Does Donatella, how does it work with you and Donatella? Donetta, sorry. Do you kind of give her direction? Does she give you direction?
We give each other direction, and I look at everything she puts out on Twitter. I look through everything. We discuss it.
And she texts it to me. So she'll text me a photo and what's happening, and I'll just put it into a tweet. But then she watches everything, and she has a very strong opinion. So we've become great friends in the process from batting our heads together. We're both Aries. So, but amazing things have happened with it.
Hi, my name is Kathy Lillian. I'm actually a yoga teacher, yoga therapist amidst all these media people, Kelly and Donetta. With the media presence here, what would be the ideal tweet that they should all share for the cause or causes you'd really like to get out there?
I would say come to our 2:30 panel and learn how to use hashtags. You can do amazing things with hashtags, and if you attach them to her and I, we'll fuel them through.
She's saying, why don't count on everybody being there at 2:30? Tell them now. That's what. When you have a microphone, you push to what you want. Yeah. Hold it close up.
Really loud.
Okay.
And stand up.
Everyone's a media advisor here, media coach.
So the question was,
Here, you have this audience. How can we help Kelly?
So the best tweet to help Kelly would be the hashtag for today, attach Shri, attach Kelly's Twitter, which is Kelly LeBrock. It's one word on the Twitter, but not on her page. And just say what an amazing, passionate advocate she is that works on so many good causes, and some of the hashtags, hashtag EVAW for End Violence Against Women, and hashtag Calories for Good for the hunger work that she does. And she's got a new movie out, which I think you're getting to.
It's a movie about she's in a movie about Nellie Bly. It's called 10. Oh, look at that applause! Tell them about the movie.
It's really funny. I got a call on a Thursday night in December from a friend of mine saying, "Do you want to be in a film?" And I'm like, "Well, what is it?" And he said, "It's the story of Nellie Bly, 1800s journalist who went undercover to expose the abuse that was going on in the homes." I said, "Well, when is it?" He goes, "Tomorrow." So I show up on set, and they give me an actor to run my lines with. I had very few lines. I had like 10 lines, and I go there, and there's 4 chairs. There's no set. It's green screen. And I go up and I do it, and I blew them away with my performance, and the director's giving me a bigger role in his next film, which is about the Marx Brothers. So that's kind of cool.
She's moving from the 1800s to the 1930s, and slowly she's moving away up. Let's do a couple more questions.
10 Days in a Madhouse. 10 Days in a Madhouse. I think it's a really good film. It's with Christopher Lambert, and it touches on some very important issues
What's
that
your
we
part?
have today. I played Nurse Ratched.
Who's Nellie Bly?
I don't know.
You don't know.
her
Okay,
name.
somebody look it up and tell us who Nellie Bly is. Yeah.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Janet, and I'm an editor for the Gully Times, which is a student newspaper. I have a question. It's so you said that you were kind of away for a very long time. So how did you sort of decide to come back and connect with?
The world again?
Yes.
Well, I have 3 children, and I left Hollywood to go raise them because I didn't think that I could do both. And I knew I could always go back to my career, but I could never go back to my children. And we have these incredible people that we have as children that need everything in today's world because it's such a crazy place. And now they're in sort of a safe place. My last one hasn't left yet. She's going to be leaving soon. I feel like it's time for me to get out and stop licking my wounds and start helping others with theirs.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Diane Gray. I wanted to just ask you what advice you would give to your younger self, knowing what you know now, and also to young actresses and people who come to you and say they want to build a career in the movies and modeling and social, etc.
What would I say to my younger self? Love thyself, because if you don't, no one else will. That's really all it is, and that you're never going to be pretty enough, thin enough, rich enough. You just have to be good enough. And if you're good enough with yourself, others will follow. And always be kind.
Good life lesson there, yeah. Do a couple more questions. Anybody else? All right. So just before we end, tell us a little bit more about the work. I see on Twitter people are asking about the work you're doing to end violence against women. What are things you said? It starts in the sandbox. Don't wait till the kids are older, boys are older. What is your message to men and boys?
My message to young boys is that I am really sorry if you're watching abuse in the home, and that's not cool. A lot of these kids have nowhere to go and nothing to speak about, and they're embarrassed. If there are young kids listening, that they should go and seek help for themselves, because otherwise they're going to turn into the person they don't like seeing in their home.
I want to touch on Kelly's Kitchen. Did you?
No, we didn't yet. So.
Kelly's Kitchen. I'd like to get out there and show people that you can make a fine meal for $5 and have a really good time doing it. I'd like Kelly's Kitchen to either be a mobile truck that I drive across America, and I go to poor places and I teach people how to sit around the table again, because we have left the table. And in leaving the table, we've left the conversation with our families. And without that, we have no building blocks. And so Kelly's Kitchen, I just want to show people that your hands are a very important part in your children's day, and that is cooking. And you can all join in together. In Europe, we sit around the table for 3 or 4 hours. Here, it's on the run, it's in the toaster, it's in the car. And that segregates us, and I'd just like to get people back to their families through the table.
So we have a whole hour for lunch. Right?
Right. Kelly's Kitchen is on social media. If you go to @Kelly'sKitchen on Twitter, and she also
YS Kelly's Kitchen.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you go to her Twitter feed, I'll kind of run through everything that's there. There was also a great piece on Inside Edition we just did for Kelly's Kitchen when she was helping all the food banks with Jay Walker's new app.
Jay
Called
Walker
Food
is
Tweets.
the
Priceline.
creator of Priceline, has a new app.
And TEDMed, and the idea was you cut calories and money went to the food banks, so she traveled all over the country and worked with the food banks.
And he
But
was giving the calories that was saved, he was giving the money to people so that they could feed their families. It's really a cool thing.
yeah, it's a really great app, Food Tweaks.
Last question, thank you.
Bless you.
Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
I really respect and admire the work you're doing to
Thank
end
you.
violence against women. My name's Eva Kubu. I work at Princeton University, and rape on college campuses is a huge issue nationwide. I just wonder if you, in conjunction with your work, will be coming out to universities to help us.
I would
spread
love
this
to.
message.
I would love to go to universities, to schools, to halfway homes, because that's where you can make the difference. I'd like to use weird science. I'd like to show these kids weird science, get them all excited, and then go in and slap them.
Somebody in this room, I won't reveal who it is, said that the VHS tape was watching and rewinding Weird Science again and again and again. And that was the only movie that did that. Anyway.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I just want to thank Kelly for an incredible contribution she's making in the world. Thank you for sharing your time and when what you're doing for the world is so
Thank you for
important.
having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And folks, we're at lunch. 1:30. Please come back. The two sessions are 1:30. Understanding Black community, Black tools in the other room at 1:30. Any other?
One other announcement.
One other announcement.
Social media doctors, free consultation, tell you how to do your feeds right.